Hello, fellow time travelers. Mr. Bob here, and I'm just stopping by to thank you all for tuning into the show. It's been a huge success already. So if you enjoyed an episode, don't forget to leave a comment, like and share the episode. And please, tell your friends and loved ones how they too can time travel along with us. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Mr. Bob here, and just wanted to thank you all again. And now, on with the show. Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. One of the great benefits of East Coast living is Amtrak. Being so close to Philadelphia, if I catch an early morning train, I can be in D.C. in time for mid-morning brunch. But this morning, I have a much loftier destination as I walk the National Mall, the Smithsonian's Air and Space Museum. Come on, let's go in.
Hello, sir. Welcome to the Air and Space Museum. Hi, I'm Teddy, your tour guide today. It's 10 a.m. and you're in luck. We just opened.
Thank you, my good man. It's cold enough for an umbrella outside. And as a result, that walk from Union Station seemed to be a lot longer this morning.
Oh, dear. Come right in. Come in. Not only do we not charge admission to the Smithsonian's, we don't charge for the heat either.
That's mighty neighborly of you. Thanks. My name is Mr. Bob. And right now, I just need some place to hang my coat and hat.
Well, Mr. Bob, the coat check is around the corner. We'll be more than happy to take care of your hat, coat, and your cane there. What else can I help you find?
Wonderful. But I need my cane. Tell me, Teddy, is the Apollo Lunar Module exhibit still at the far end of the museum?
Yes, of course. It's one of our permanent exhibits. People really flock to it. Why do you ask?
Well, I like to think of myself as a space brat. I grew up in the early satellite business. You see, my father worked for a major defense contractor back in the 60s and 70s. He helped build satellites for both government and commercial customers.
So what? Did he fly aboard the lunar module or something?
No, of course not. But from what I can remember, hanging near the Apollo lunar module is a little obscure satellite called Ranger. Is it still there?
Oh, the Ranger satellite. Yes, it's still here. I hear it's a very important satellite. Here, come look. You can see the Ranger hanging from here.
Ranger. You have no idea how that little satellite consumed my family when I was growing up. It was not an easy road. There was 9 total Ranger satellites made over the course of the program. There ended up being 9 versions because there was multiple failures for a variety of reasons. But I can remember it wasn't until the 7th Ranger satellite was launched into space before they had a successful mission.
You know, I've worked in this museum for years now, and I've looked at that satellite every day, but I honestly couldn't tell you 2 things about it and what its purpose was. Do you know any more about it than what's on that little 6x9 info card they mounted in front of the Ranger satellite model for guests to read?
Well, I can do better than just talking about it.
Huh? You can? What do you mean?
Yes, Teddy. Let me tell you something. You see my cane here? Well, it's actually a time machine that I designed. It has the capabilities to take us back to any point in history.
What? Are you serious?
Sure I am. Just have to type in the desired dates. Hey, Teddy, let's go back to the early days of the United States space program. Care to take a little side trip?
A little side trip? Mr. Bob, this is crazy. The museum just opened. Did you not see the line of people outside?
You are listening to The World According to Mr. Bob, a historical fiction educational podcast based on true life events. Some sounds and language may be inappropriate. Listener discretion is advised.
What just happened? Where are we?
Teddy, we just landed in the office of Gus Constantino, the vice president of RCA Astro Electronics in Hightstown, New Jersey.
RCA? The company RCA that uses Nipper the dog as their mascot?
Yes, Teddy, Nipper the dog, that RCA. Shh, keep it down. See that gentleman that just entered the room? That's my father, Joseph Stanishevsky, a young, eager engineer who is being brought onto this new government project. Let's check out what happens.
Hello?
Joe, is that you?
Hello, Mr. Constantino.
Joe Stanishevsky. Just call me Gus, Joe. Please, come in. Have a seat. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Gus. Thanks for asking.
Good. Well, I'm sure you know why I've called you into my office today. Have you had a chance to review the request for proposal for a new satellite program called Ranger that we have just received from NASA?
Yes, sir. I have read the proposal. But please correct me if I'm wrong. From what I gathered and understand, is that NASA wants us to build a satellite and then crash it into the moon?
Yeah, that's right.
Why would we do that?
President Kennedy announced that he wants a man on the moon by the end of the decade. NASA's Project Apollo will take them there. That project's already in the works.
Yes, sir. I heard that on the news.
And NASA has hired us to find a safe landing location on the lunar surface for the Apollo lunar module. This is something that has never been done before. That's why we are going to crash the Ranger satellite into the moon.
So let me get this straight, Gus. We're going to shoot a rocket with a satellite on top of it from planet Earth that is spinning over 1,000 miles per hour. And it's going to crash into the moon that's 239,000 miles away, that's also spinning?
That's right. It's going to be one hell of a shot, huh, Joe?
Yeah, but what is that going to prove? Just to make sure the moon isn't made of Swiss cheese?
Sure. If you want to think of it that way, sure. Do you have any other further questions, Joe?
Just so we're clear, to confirm, the proposal from NASA said it wants us to mount cameras on this satellite that would have the ability to send back crystal clear digital pictures of the lunar surface before the satellite crashes into the moon. So essentially, I have to create the world's first all-in-one digital and disposable camera and mount it to a crashing satellite?
That's right. Think you can pull it off, Joe? I believe we have a little time to waste.
Jeez.
Wow! I feel like I just flew through some kind of train tunnel at super warp speed. Mr. Bob, what have you gotten me into?
I just thought you would appreciate to see things for yourself. Time traveling is really a wild experience. Buckle up next time, Teddy.
Yeah, right. So did we really just witness part of the very early days of the space race? I'm guessing since a model of the Ranger satellite is hanging here in the Smithsonian, that the program had to be a huge success.
Not exactly. Well, at least not at first. Remember what I said earlier? The first 6 attempts were glorious failures for various reasons. But RCA and NASA finally had success with lucky number 7, the Ranger 7. Want to see what happened?
Are you kidding? Yes! I can't wait to start using this new info during my museum tours.
Hello?
Yo, Joe. Here we are again.
I know. We've got to stop meeting like this.
Yo, I'm not laughing, Joe. Do you have any idea what these 6 failed satellites have cost us? This Ranger project is already over budget and now out of time. We have nothing to deliver to NASA. I need results.
Sir, with all due respect, the first 5 failures were not our fault. We are only responsible for the onboard cameras. Heck, 2 of the rockets missed the moon completely. I'm not flying the thing. You can't blame those failures on us.
No, but what about the latest failure? Jet Propulsion Laboratory finally got their rocket boosters under control and got the satellite to crash within 25 miles of the proposed landing site, but then our cameras decide not to work? Do you have any idea the pressure I am under, Joe?
Gus, I know. But since then, we have reviewed our design and made significant changes. There are now 6 cameras on board the satellite. We have 3 pairs of 2 that are on different power supplies and will broadcast back to us on 3 different frequencies. With that kind of redundancy, we should have some modicum of success.
Joe, I need something more than, quote, a modicum of success, unquote.
Sir, we have tested to the point of exhaustion. I'm convinced we could broadcast the Miss America pageant from the surface of the moon. If we could just get there.
Mr. Bob, where have you gotten us now? This place looks awful official. Everyone has a badge. I don't think we should be here.
Relax, Dave. Luckily, we have our blue lab coats on from that last time travel. Just stand back here and act like you know what you're doing. Watch what happens.
3, 2, 1. And the NASA space probe Ranger 7 has just performed the first successful television transmission of the surface of the moon. Not since the days of Galileo has mankind made such strides into furthering its understanding of the universe.
See, Gus, I told you we were ready. I knew we could do this.
Joe, I envision a whole new line of work. Maybe one day we will broadcast the Miss America pageant from the surface of the moon.
Yo, Mr. Bob, do you think we could make your time machine a permanent exhibit? People would just love that re-entry.
Maybe another time and another place, Daddy, but not today. I do hope our recent travels will help you better explain that funny-looking metal cone satellite hanging from the ceiling.
You have no idea. In fact, how would you like to come back and lead tours as part of the Smithsonian?
No. I am deeply flattered. But at this stage of my life, I dearly cherish my freedom.
Well, either way, next time you stop by, look me up. I'll get you in for free.
Now, that's a deal I can't refuse.
The World According to Mr. Bob is produced by Bob Staniszewski and Adam Staniszewski. Recorded and mixed at Crooked Lane Sound in Cherry Hill, New Jersey by audio engineer and sound designer Adam Staniszewski. Episode number 6 of Season 3 was written by Bob Staniszewski and is titled The Ranger Satellite Program. It features Mike Jensen as Joe Staniszewski and Zach Kennedy as Teddy. New this season is Mr. Bob's Instagram page. Go into the studio and watch highlights from a Mr. Bob voiceover recording session, and also see photos of the actual locations of where Mr. Bob's episodes take place. Find and follow The World According to Mr. Bob on Instagram. But don't forget about The World According to Mr. Bob Facebook page and YouTube channels. Subscribe to those as well. Mr. Bob's graphics were designed by J.R. Farrell at Promotional Graphics in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Our video editor is Daniel Latch, at Dan the Latch on Instagram. The theme songs were created by Doug Maxwell and Ease Jammy Jams. For a full list of character and musical credits, please check out our website, theworldaccordingtomrbob.com. If you'd like to advertise or sponsor the show and reach thousands of Mr. Bob listeners worldwide, please email us at worldofmrbob@gmail.com. I'm Danielle Byrne, announcer extraordinaire. Thank you for listening, and please tune in and download the next exciting episode of The World According to Mr. Bob. This has been a Moon Ranger production.
This episode of The World According to Mr. Bob is brought to you by Moon Ranger Productions. Looking for the perfect place to showcase your brand? At Moon Ranger Productions, we don't just produce great podcasts. We create immersive audio experiences that captivate audiences. Whether you're launching a new product, building brand awareness, or reaching a dedicated listener base, we can help you connect with engaged listeners from around the world who trust our content. Join with businesses that have taken their message to the next level with Moon Ranger Productions. Advertise with us, and let's make your brand shine. Visit moonrangerpro.com to get started today.